So as I mentioned, the SBA can help you with recovery. As I mentioned, COVID has been probably it has been the largest disaster declared in our country, where the entire nation was declared a disaster. Usually the SBA handles volumes where these disasters may be by district or by region. So they're located in one small portion of the nation, and they're usually caused by natural disasters. But in this case, COVID not only hit our country, but hit worldwide. And so the SBA has had a large volume of requests and recovery assistance. So, and with that, pre-COVID, um, FEMA would declare a disaster. Well, the country would, the president would declare a disaster, and FEMA usually comes in and assists. And with that, we would have our economic injury disaster loans, which are the EIDL loans. But post-COVID, we had something new called the PPP, the Payment Protection Loans, and those were to continue to be able to pay your employees while businesses were shut down. And many of these loans were forgivable if used correctly. So that was definitely something new that came out of COVID, but it was money that was granted by bills passed through Congress, and obviously the president would sign and approve, and made those funds accessible to our small businesses. But an estimated 25% of businesses don't open after a major disaster. Businesses can protect themselves with an up-to-date plan of action. So have a plan. You can never anticipate. Here in California, what we usually have are either earthquakes or wildfires, and both very scary types of situations to find yourself in. But definitely businesses won't be opening up after a wildfire. It's just not going to happen, especially if your business was completely destroyed. So it would take time for you to recover. You have to rebuild. You have to wait for the funds to become available for you to start moving forward and recovering. So it's just some of the things that small businesses have to deal with. And you can also prepare your business and learn more by visiting sba.gov/prepare, which can help you plan in the event of a disaster. You are ready to move forward in the recovery process. Next slide, please. Again, as I was mentioning, some of our disaster assistance loans. So each year the SBA provides billions of dollars on low interest, long-term disaster loans. And that is to help all of our small businesses, even homeowners, because some fire disaster victims were homeowners, and renters recover from a declared disaster. And so some of the loans can go towards real estate, personal property, economic injury, machinery and equipment, inventory, and active duty military. So those are just some of the ways, the funds that can be used during the disasters with disaster assistance loans. We can move on to the next slide. So increasing your confidence and business smarts. So we discussed how the SBA can help you start, grow, expand, and recover. But now, go ahead and go to the next slide. I'm going to talk about our resource partners. So which resource partners are right for you? So next slide, please. Oh, there you go. So to access the right tools, whenever and wherever you are, the SBA has is approved. Our resource partners are approved and funded by the SBA. We have over 1,400 partners, offices nationwide, and you can find your local partners if you visit the sba.gov/local assistance. Once there, you can put your zip code and you input which resource partner you are looking for, and it could either be the Women Business Centers, VBOC, which are the Veteran-Owned Business Centers, SBDC, which is our Small Business Development Centers, PTAC, or SCORE, and I'll talk about those more here shortly. So if we can go ahead and go on to the next slide. So if you're interested in starting a business, SCORE is definitely these are mentors that are, let me get my correct slides here. Here we go. So SCORE, our members are trained to serve as counselors, and they are advisors and mentors to aspiring entrepreneurs and existing business owners. Some of the ways that they can help you is to get free business advice. And usually the counselors and advisors are previous business owners or retired CEOs, and so they have an abundance of experience. And they offer free online workshops. They can just help you with an abundance of advice. And if you have questions, SCORE mentors are really, really useful. The best part about SCORE mentors is they are free, as well as all of our other resource partners. So free advice, free counseling, you can't pass that up. So unfortunately, right now, no one's able to assist you in person, but they are still, you can still reach your SCORE mentors by either phone or email. You can visit www.centralvalleyscore.org .score.org to find your local SCORE mentors. Next slide, please. So our small business development centers. So our small business development centers can help you also in abundance of ways. And they, again, are a free resource, and they can assist you with business plan development, manufacturing assistance, financial packaging, lending assistance, exporting and importing support, disaster recovery assistance, procurement and contracting aid, and market research assistance. And for those of you that want to start a business, market research is something that's going to be key in starting your new business. And they can definitely assist you with the resources to provide market research to see if where you want to start your business or your concept or idea is something that will thrive and is something that is going to be a success. So definitely contact the SBDC if you need assistance with any of those that I mentioned. Next slide, please. So our women business centers, they represent a national network of nearly 100 educational centers throughout the U.S., and they are designated to assist women in starting and grow a small business. The Women Business Centers seek to level the playing field for women entrepreneurs who face unique obstacles in the business world, especially for women who are economically and socially disadvantaged. They can help you with training, counseling, access to capital, webinars, organizational development tools, fundraising assistance, and best practices in program delivery. So again, the Women Business Centers are there to assist you, and they will also assist you with certificates. So if you want to become a certified women-owned business, definitely the Women Business Center can assist you with that. And we won't go into detail with certificates, but certificates are definitely essential when you want to seek government contracting. When you are certified as a women-owned business center or a service disabled owned veteran business or a veteran owned business. Those are just some of the different types of certificates you can have as a business owner or as a veteran that can help you with government contracting. Go ahead and go on to the next slide. So VBOC, and VBOC is especially important for us, our veterans that are joining us today, because VBOC provides an abundance of resources for our veterans, and there are programs designed to provide entrepreneur business development services such as business training, counseling, resource partner referrals, transitioning active duty service members, veterans, National Guard Reserve members, and military spouses, who are interested in starting a small business or grow an existing business. And so some of the services they provide is pre-business plan workshops, concept assessment, business plan assessment, comprehensive feasibility analysis, strategy, one-on-one counseling, training, mentorship, and other resource business development services. Part of the training is the Boots to Business, and the Boots to Business is something that is an absolutely useful course that helps you learn more in detail how to start a business, and goes more into contracting, market research. It's more thorough. It's not jam-packed in 20 minutes real quick of what we do, but it's the veteran business outreach centers can definitely help you with additional training that is free. In fact, the Boots to Business is a class that I do teach to some of our local bases here in the Central Valley or near the Central Valley. So we can go ahead and go on to the next slide. PTAC, so the Procurement Technical Assistance Centers, they can determine if your business is ready for federal contracting. This is definitely the resource partner you want to utilize if you want to expand and go into contracting. They can help you register in the proper places and get involved in the government marketplace, and they can see if you're eligible for certificates. So if you're eligible for the veteran-owned business certificate, they can help you also with if you're a service-disabled veteran-owned business, or also with women-owned business certificate. So another resource partner that can assist you with certificates. This is where you can contact our Procurement Technical Assistance Center. Next slide, please. So again, remember we talked about the U.S. Exporting Assistance Centers. This is, they can help you with the export, to explore the process of exporting. So if it is something that you want to do, again, remember, a lot of the consumers come from outside of the U.S. So exporting is definitely something you should look into once your business is in a comfortable place where you can begin to expand this way. And you can get help with financing and transactions. This is, I am not Victor, but Victor is someone that works in our office. And he is our lender relations specialist, and this is his information. And we are located downtown, but right now we are not in the office. Again, I have this very nice background in the back, but I am in my garage working from home because it is just not safe to be working in the office right now. But once we are in the office, please feel free to call us and contact us. If you guys have any questions, you can call 487-5791. That is our phone to a phone number to our office, and from there, depending on what questions you have, they will point you to someone in our office that can further assist you. If we can go on to the next slide. Again, if you have questions, you can also contact me at my email, luisana.martinez@sba.gov. I hope the information today was useful. And if you guys have more questions, especially about VBOC, contact me and I can point you in that direction. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Luciana. Thanks for the amazing resources, tips, and benefits. I know that it's going to be so beneficial to all that that are attending right now, and to others that we're going to share this with. So again, I want to just let everybody know that the PowerPoint for this presentation will be up on our website. So if there's anything you did not get, or anything else you need or to review, know that the PowerPoint is there. So with that, we are going to hand the floor over to now it's Rebecca's turn with the VIB Network, the Veterans in Business Networking Business Association. Org. I don't know what we're doing.
One of those.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you, Jennifer. Well, this was great information that Jennifer and Louisiana gave you. They gave you the nuts and bolts of, how to start your business, what the DVBE certification can do. I'm the executive director for the Veterans in Business Network. I am from a family of veteran business owners. My dad was in the service, my brother was in the service, everybody around me was in the service. I did not serve, but I appreciate all of your sacrifice and your service to the country. But I'm also a business owner with my family business, so I have the experience of utilizing the DVBE certification and how it can benefit your small business and grow from these wonderful certifications. So what the VIB does is we can go ahead and go to the next slide. So we do training and education, outreach and support for all veteran businesses. But we also help connect veteran businesses with corporations and government agencies for these contracting opportunities. So they gave you all the great information, but now you have to do the work. And so what we help you do is connect you to the corporations and the government agencies that are looking for you for your DVBE certifications to show you what opportunities that they have. So we are trying to make this a nice streamlined approach so that you don't have to, continue to, bang your head against the wall all the time and try to, figure out how do I get in touch with a utility or how do I get in touch with this. We have these resources and we will share those with you as well. So, but you're still going to the certifications. What they do is just they give you the key. And so you still have to, put the key in the door and open up the door. And still, you've got to do a lot of hard work in order to get these contracts that are available. So you still got to be cheaper, faster, and better than your competition. All that DVBE certification and all these wonderful things, you still have to, it's still a grind. But the thing is about the VIB network is we're a community of veteran business owners who are there to help you. So we're there to, you know, to share with you some of our experiences, some of how we got through the red tape so that you don't have to do that over and over and over again. So we want to be the advocate for you in order for you to understand what is available to you, how to get connected, how to use your DVBE certification to ultimately win those contracts and get a piece of that $1 billion that is out there for you as a small business owner. So one of the other things that I wanted to mention is not only do you work with your DVBE certification, SDVOB certification, well, especially with your DVBE certification with the state of California, there's also other parts of that opportunity that I don't think we were talked about, but the utilities of the state of California, that is your PG&Es, Southern California Edison, SDG&Es, they all also have a goal of 1.5% of their spending that goes to service disabled veterans or DVBE community. So that's another benefit. Also, the insurance companies of California are starting to really have those goals as well. So there's a lot of people out there that are looking for those DVBE certifications and to connect with you. So another one that I just wanted to mention was the CPUC clearinghouse. So after you get your DVBE certification, you also want to look into getting your CPUC clearinghouse certification, or and that way you can do work with the state of California utility companies, and that goes everybody from, like I said, the gas companies to telecom as well. So, and then another thing you want to know is once you start going down the DVBE SDVOB lane, you're also going to start wanting to look and connect with the supplier diversity person of your corporations or your government agencies. those are who the person who will understand that DVBE and what these and trying to connect you with the right person in their corporation. So us as the VIB, we have a lot of these resources. We truly believe that there are free resources out there, like Louisiana said, and like Jennifer was mentioning. You know, you shouldn't have to pay for any of the things that are available. PTAC has amazing counseling. I've used everything that they've said. So PTAC has amazing counseling. Um, VBOC has amazing workshops. So what the VIB does is we have on our resource page all of these various things out there that you can utilize. We also have a free veteran business directory, outreach events, and I'll go through everything. But our organization is free to join. There is no cost to the veteran business owner. We feel the veterans have served enough with their sacrifice to the country. So we want to make sure that you don't have to pay for anything that we have available on our website and how to get you connected. So if you want to go down to the next slide. So our next thing that we have is after you get a business, we have a free VIB directory. Right now we have 1,800 veterans. We call our people who are in our directory VIBs, so veterans in business. And so what we have is a really robust directory. After you've established yourself as a business, you want to come back to the VIB, create your free profile. And when I say it's a robust directory, we have a lot of large corporations utilizing this directory because it is so robust. It has what your keywords are, a paragraph about your business. You can actually include your capabilities information on there as well. It also talks about who you worked with. It gives us, we want all the details, because when the supplier diversity person is going to be looking for somebody, they're going to put in keywords, and that's how they're going to find you. So you want to make sure that you create a really robust directory. You include your certifications, you include anybody else, any other certifications that you may have. And like I said, that this is free to be part of. And so if you already have a business or you're got those certifications, I want you to make sure that you get on our directory right away and be part of the VIB directory and share so that we can share your information with those corporations looking for you. Like I said, we have people contacting us every week, having us asking us to go through our directory to see if we have somebody in IT or services or real estate services, or right now we're looking at a couple of things for Ford Motor Company. So this is, we're looking at things nationwide for corporations and government agencies. So make sure that you get on that right away. So the next thing is the next slide is our business resource page. So what that does is it kind of gives you, and you can go next slide. And so what that does, it'll tell you everything that I'm saying right here is all on our business resource page. So you pretty much everything that Jennifer was saying, everything Luciana was saying. So it has SBA, VBOC, everybody out there. We believe as business owners, we don't want you to spend a dime if you don't have to. I know that there are a lot of people that are going to tell you, oh, I can get your DVBE certification, and so it's going to cost you this amount of money. You shouldn't have to pay for any of that. There are enough free resources out there that can get that and help you for free. So they can help you get your DVBE certification, your SDVO certification. They can help you at PTAC understand government contracting and how to read and find government contracting. Utilize those services. As a business owner, we don't want you to spend any money more than you have to. So check out our business resource page, and it should give you as much information as possible. So our next slide is we have a free opportunity board. So these are from corporations and government agencies nationwide that share weekly opportunities with us. So you can check on and get on to that opportunity board every week and see what new ones are there. I know right now we have one from Swinnerton, one for PG&E, and I think a couple, the San Diego Unified School District is on there. And then I know that New York has posted something as well. So you want to make sure, check that opportunity board weekly. And this is all free. You don't need a login. You don't need a password. You just go on and get that information and find out what opportunities are available. Our next thing that we offer is an events calendar. The next slide. So this kind of tells you about all the different events going on nationwide. We'll share them with you. I know that sometimes you get a lot of emails and you forget what event you want to go to. So we try to have all the different events up there. And right now, this is a great time to participate in any of these events because everybody's sharing all of their information. Everything is through webinars and Zoom meetings, so you don't have to travel. So I highly encourage you to check our events calendar to find out, if there is an event that you want to attend and what you want to find out more about. The next thing that we do at the VIB is we have a veteran to veteran business cohort program. So what this is a really in-depth 6-month program to help educate veterans in a smaller scale of how to be a better business leader and to, how do you talk to your employees? How do you, what do you do after you've had your business, 2, 3 years? How do you get to that next level? A lot of our members are people who've been in business for at least 2 to 3 years, and they need to continue to ignite their business and continue needing to add more into the business to get to that next level and continue to win those bigger contracts. So what the cohort does is kind of take those and develop those further through working together as veteran business owners, talking with each other, planning, partnering, talking about your financials, your wins, your losses, and your learns every week. So I just want to let you know if you are interested, we have applications are going out, I think in March and April. If you're interested in this program, I highly recommend you put it on your calendar, check the VIB website and come back and apply for this amazing program. People who have taken this program said it has really changed their life of how they've been a business leader, but not only that, they have made huge improvements to their business as well. The next thing that we are having, which I'm kind of excited about, is our next slide is the app. In 2021, I think in January, we're going to launch an app, a VIB app, where you're going to actually customize your own directory of people in the VIB. And you can connect with other veteran business owners all via this app. So it's going to be kind of like a LinkedIn, but just for veteran business owners. So we're kind of excited about that, and we're excited to launch that. It's also going to be a conference app. So if you do come to the conference, you can connect with other people at the conference as well. So we're excited about that. And the one more thing is we have the next slide is our national conference. So we just had our national conference in October. We had 586 registered attendees. We had 84 exhibitor booths. We had large corporations there like T-Mobile and Southern California Edison, AT&T, and then we had we had the VA that was there, and so many large corporations and government agencies, all there connecting with the veteran business owners. We had an amazing business matchmaking appointments. People really got contracts through this conference. So we're very excited. Our next year, our conference is going to be in Sacramento, November 8th and 9th. So make sure to put that on your calendar. If you have a business, this is definitely one of the premier veteran conferences, veteran business conferences to attend. We're getting bigger and bigger every year, and we're expecting more corporations and more government agencies. So you want to make sure if there's one conference you go to, this is definitely the one you want to go to connect with those corporations and government agencies. And then our last thing here is this is who is our membership, who our corporate memberships are. So we have corporations who are committed to working with veteran businesses. So these, we thank these corporations because without them, we couldn't offer all of these wonderful free services that we have. So we just want to say, thank you very much to all these corporations. So if you see, we have a variety of corporations. We have the utilities, we have banks, we have pharmaceutical, we have, retail. So, thank you all to these corporations who support the veteran business community and are committed to helping veterans, succeed in business. And then my last slide is just more contact information. If you need any information at all, please feel free. I'm always available. You can email me or give me a call, but I really encourage you to check our website at vibnetwork.org for more information. And with that, I'm going to pass it on back to Jennifer. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. Those are, thank you for the amazing opportunities that you give veterans, the trainings, the resources, tips, and benefits. It's an incredible organization. So thank you so much for everything you do. And thank you for being here with us today. So with that, we're going to move on to our questions and answer panel. As you can see right here, we have everybody's contacts up for you to take a screenshot of it or a picture of the screen. And this is where I'm going to invite Kirk on to let us know if we had any questions for any of our presenters. Are you there, Kirk? Let's see, maybe a few technical difficulties.
Yes, we have.
Oh, there we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, my connection is a little unstable right now, so I'm not going to guarantee you can hear me.
We can hear you. You're good.
Okay, good. We do have several questions.
And he has, we can't hear you now. Kirk, if you can hear me, if you could just send me the questions and I can go through
Questions on a variety of topics. So Kim would be, do we get a certain? Okay, I will send them all to you and I'll let you field the questions.
Sounds good. Sorry about that, everybody. That's part of doing a webinar, part of working from home, right? You never just kind of have to roll with the punches, right? So I'm just waiting here for them. As we wait, I want to go over that we do have upcoming webinars coming up. Again, that's on our website, so you can sign up for other webinars, and also want to remind you guys that you can go through the archived webinars we have done on our website also. So with that, now we do have the questions. So let's see. I'll be reading directly from it, you guys. So the first question, it says, do we have to get certified from a VSO to take to DMV for a veterans designation on our driver's license? Yes, you do have to do that. So you're gonna have to go take your DD Form 214 and your proof of identity to the local county veteran service office. What they're gonna do is they're gonna certify, yes, indeed, you are a veteran. Then they're gonna give you a form that you take to the DMV to get that designation on your license. The next question is, for CalVet home loans, is there a funding fee like the VA has? So there are funding fees like the VA, but if you are rated by the Department of Defense, some of those fees can be waived. So to find out more about that, Kirk is going to put in the chat.
And Jen, I did provide Brad's. I provided
Great.
Brad's information in the chat.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. The next question is, I was told only for sole proprietor, not LLC, even when 100% owned by disabled vet. Can anybody answer that? Maybe Rebecca or Louisiana?
What was that question again?
It says, I was told only for sole proprietor, not LLC, even when 100% owned by disabled vet. Julie, you asked that question. I can unmute you if you would like to expand on that question.
Yeah. Yep. That's great. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I actually got the book, the California, book that had all these in, and I went to our town when they said, your license is due, and I gave them a copy. I'm a 100% service disabled veteran owned business. I am an LLC. And they told me that unless I was a sole proprietor, I did not qualify for the free business license or the fee waiver.
So, so the thing is, it is up to the counties what their requirements are. Can anybody else expand on that? Did I say that right, Rebecca and Louisiana?
Yes,
I mean,
unfortunately, and that goes with many things as far as being eligible for certain benefits or certificates. It all depends on if you are either sole proprietor. Some do have that requirement, and some require you to at least have 51%. So it all just depends. And again, the resource partners are the ones that can further assist you with eligibility and requirements. But as Jennifer did mention, it varies depending on who you're seeking assistance from and what type of assistance you are seeking or certificates.
It wasn't very much, but it was the point,
Absolutely. I understand.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating. Definitely.
An
I'm sorry
LLC
about that.
provides you some protection legally, to protect me, and yet I don't qualify for all of those.
Yeah, I know San Diego does, and it's a continual battle too. Once you get there, and if you find out if somebody else, sometimes it just depends on who you're talking to too. I have to tell you the truth. Sometimes if you're there and you're talking to somebody, you bring your GD 214 and you bring all your paperwork, and you say, look, this is the law, and you bring them and show them. You might want to talk to somebody that way.
Yeah.
And sometimes they don't know. And so sometimes, we have to educate these people because, there's so many different things that are happening. So, if you go to get your business license, you might want to bring the book with you too and say, look, it's right here.
Yeah, I gave that all to them, and they said, well, let me go back, and they talked to somebody and they came out and said, well, you're an LLC, you don't qualify. And I said, but I'm 100%, I'm the only person in this business. I literally run the whole thing myself. It's just me. And they were like, nope, still no.
That doesn't,
I was like, okay, fine, whatever. Here's your $65,
Where are you at?
I'm in American Canyon, Napa County.
Oh, okay. All right.
So yeah, it was just, but I will say the property tax exemption, I did apply with Napa for that, and the people there were awesome, and I totally got it. It was great. So that benefit was great. So I mean, it knocked $1,000 off my property tax a year.
Wow.
So,
I made it for that $65, right?
Yeah, better. Well, I got one. I will still fight for the other because it's just the moral of it.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
Okay, thanks, guys.
And just so you know, we're also on the VIB is also on the DVBE Advisory Council. So that is something that we've been talking about for about a year or two, about making this more of streamline. So everybody, no matter if you're in Napa or San Diego, gets that the benefits of the tax.
Yeah, I love all the resources. What would be really helpful would be, there's all these different websites all over the place. And it would be so great if there was just, I know this is hard, but just one.
Yeah.
Because there's so many, and I spend hours reading this stuff, just trying to figure out if I can even qualify.
Mhm.
And I'm running the whole business at the same time. So
Right.
it's like, there's just a limited amount of me time to do that.
That's
So
a big reason why, and it's really hard to navigate and find those benefits and things like that, like you said. And that's why I said finding a mentor is amazing.
well,
It really is amazing.
I went to the SBDC because I found out about them years ago, and they assigned me a mentor, and he was awesome. And then about, I don't know, April, May of last year, he said, sorry, I can't do it anymore because they let a bunch of us go. And I contacted the SBDC and said, can you give me a new mentor? And no one ever returned my call. So I'll just say that was very discouraging because he was like literally the greatest partner to answer questions and help me with, pushing my business plan, all of that. And then he was just gone. And I can't, I know it's COVID, I get it, but come on, just at least return my call and say, we'll call you back with something later,
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. I'm
Try
sorry.
finding, try one of the other resource partners, try
Yeah.
SCORE, and see if you are able to get with someone through SCORE. COVID has just made things very difficult.
I
Okay,
did that.
awesome.
It's just hard because they're down in Oakland, which for me is quite a drive. And with my mentor through the SBDC, he was relatively local and we met in the middle. So it only took 30 minutes to get there.
Again, use that sba.gov/local assistance,
Yep.
type in your zip code, and
Yep.
it will give you which resource partners are closest to you. So you don't have to just stick with SCORE or SBDC. You can go with the Women Business Centers or VBOC. So I would type in your zip code and find who's closest to you, and go from there.
Yep, I will. Thank you. My thing is I want to use as many of these, and I encourage all my veteran business friends to use them, because if we don't use these resources, we will lose them.
Yes, absolutely. You're right.
I tell people it's like, it might take a long time. I'm SAM certified, if you wish, and I have yet to get state certified because it was not as easy as everybody makes it out to be. I was actually able to get federally certified easier than Cal certified. I'm still working on that part, but if we don't use these resources, we will lose them because they'll say nobody wants them, so we're just going to let them go. So I appreciate the training. It helps us be able to know where to find them so we can utilize them, which gives you guys, fodder, if you wish, for keeping these programs going.
There's also state advocates also. So if you're having issues, maybe you can look into a state advocate, and that's on that Cal eProcure. When you click on register or whatever, there's a page and it'll say they'll say advocates on there also.
Awesome. Thanks you guys so much. This is great.
Of course.
Thank you.
Of course. So our next question is, GI Bill versus Voc Rehab 31, are they both under the same program that comes up your time, or are they two different programs? They are two different programs. To find out more about what each one of them pays and find out more information about it, I would recommend you go to va.gov and in the search bar, put, I'm so sorry, my dogs like to talk. That's part of working from home, isn't it?
Hey, Jen, I put his information for the comparison tool for the GI Bill, as well as the information for the VR&E in the chat to Luis. So it is two separate programs. The Chapter 31 is, it's not an educational benefit. It's actually an employment handicap if you are disabled and you're unable to have gainful employment, where you can use that benefit up to 48 months to provide you educational services for employment.
Fantastic. Well, it looks like you have a really good service right now. Do you want to go to the next question, or do you want me to?
I can cover the next question. So the next question, let's see, we left off at Luis. The next one was from Tony, and he wanted to know, how to do business or get contracts with state, federal, as a nurse practitioner and optometrist. And I did send him the link to the Cal eProcure website to find out how to register.
He may be frozen again. I'll go to the next one from Monica. My spouse and I own 50-50. Would I qualify?
Jennifer,
Monica,
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
I had a quick question about the voc rehab before we move on to the next part, because what I was trying to get to is if they're two separate programs, if you use up your GI Bill, well, say you finish your voc rehab, you get a bachelor's, can you still have access to the GI Bill, or that runs out at the same time as the voc rehab? Is it?
Oh, no, you don't lose your benefits with the GI Bill if you use voc rehab. No. So if you have paused your GI Bill to use voc rehab, you can continue to use your GI Bill after you're done.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yes. So, okay. So my spouse and I own 50-50. Would I qualify? I assume they're possibly talking about the Calvet home loans. They have they do have a program to I'm sorry, my brain has gone for a blank here, to redo your loan, but it's not, maybe might not be the best, but you guys do qualify if you guys you can apply together for a Calvet home loan. Monica, if you're there and you want to expand, maybe, I'm not sure if I answered your question or not, you can unmute. And while I wait for you to do that, I'll move on to the next one. What if what if the LLC was only created in 2020 and therefore I only have, and it stopped at have, maybe they're saying one tax return? Again, we'd probably have to have an expansion on that. So we'll see if they will unmute themselves too. The next question is for the business tax fee waiver. My understanding is that it is just for businesses who sell products and not service-based business. And is that correct? Rebecca, do you want to answer that one?
Yeah, I know that they are actually, they have this old writing for it. It's called like where they have to do their wares. So so actually they say it for service, but it is not. So you just have to, you know, let them, if it's in San Diego, so each county is different, like we were saying. So I know in San Diego, you can get it not just for wares, but you do have to bring in a little bit of paperwork that says that you should be able to qualify for that. But it is not just for wares kind of thing. They have now recently opened that up as well.
Great, great. So we have a question from Matt. It says, would California LLC fees be waived as a veteran-owned business? And that, I think that goes back again to, it depends on the county again, and bringing in that, our resource book and talking to the right people. And then I want to start a business at a swap meet. Which resources do you recommend I start with? Anybody have advice for that?
At a swap meet, that's kind of it's a particular situation because it's not something that, oh, you're leasing a permanent location. Swap meets kind of move around. You may not always be in the same spot. It's not a fixed location for a business. So you may want to contact one of the resource partners, either SCORE or SBDC. But as far as acquiring access to capital for to start a business at a swap meet, that that may not be eligible. So I would contact contact our Fresno SBA district office and see if we can provide you with one of our colleagues, our economic development specialists that can further assist you with that. Again, you can contact our Fresno office at 487-5791, area code 559, and someone should be able to assist you and answer that question. But yeah, swap meets are very different from having a permanent location for a business. I hope that helps.
Thank you. Yes. And what are the pros and cons of federal contracting? From Jacob.
Well, again, I mentioned that the government is the largest buyer of goods and services. So when you get a contract through the federal government, it's just a way to allow your business to expand and grow. And because the government does set aside contracts for small businesses, you're already in it. Why not? You know, we have the resources, PTAC, you know, you can become an 8A at a firm that can bid for contracts. You know, there's it's just a guaranteed way to get
So it looks like we got frozen there.
Well, I was gonna say some of the pros of working with the federal is, especially for small businesses, is that they pay, that they pay, and they pay on time, and you know, as long as you're doing your paperwork, they pay. You don't have to worry about them. Sometimes when you're working with corporations and government agencies, they may not pay as quickly. So that is one thing that I hear over and over again, is that government does pay.
Definitely a benefit, definitely a pro to get paid. All right. If I work for the federal government, would it be a conflict of interest?
I was going to say, if you if you're in the procurement department of your own thing that you're going to work in, then yes, it would be. But if you're in a whole other industry and going after something different, then I don't think it would be. But it all depends on if you're giving yourself a contract or not, then yes.
That makes sense. Well, with that, it looks like we got all of our questions done. Before we leave, I want to say thank you to our presenters. This is such valuable information. It can be really hard to navigate and get your business started. There's so many benefits for us veterans. It's just hard to find them. They're there, but it's like a matter of where do we go? So this is a great webinar, and you guys have provided so much great information. I want to reiterate that the PowerPoint will be on our website, and also reiterate everybody's phone numbers. Make sure you take pictures of that slide, and then ours. And then also I want to let you guys know that there is a survey out there. We respect and we plan to implement any suggestions you guys might have to make these webinars more beneficial for you guys. We want to help you guys. So these surveys are so important for us because it's a way to make things better for you. So let us know if we're doing a good job. Let us know if you want any other type of webinars you're interested in. Let us know if you need any, if there's anything you could just suggest to make these better. So thank you so much, all of you guys, for your service. And I'm saying service, when I say service, it's for those veterans, for those active duty, for the family members, for everybody who is supporting our armed forces. Thank you so much, and have a fantastic weekend and holiday season. That will end our presentation. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
And we're going to stop.